All right, what's the story with this?
This is banana.
Banana, which you ordered like on Shopee or something?
Yeah, I ordered from fan page, Facebook fan page.
Okay.
Supposed to be a really good.
So we got some banana tree stumps. All right.
So good. I had the loose one, maybe couple night. Two different kind of banana.
Two different kinds.
Yeah, this gui kai, this gui kai, gui home.
What's the difference?
It's the long and big, and then this short, the short one that you like to eat.
Okay.
The small Thailand.
When are they going to be ready to eat?
When you put in the ground, maybe a year.
Oh, going to the market and getting bananas. All right, so I'm down at the lower pond this morning, putting in some branches of my existing water line that I installed a couple weeks ago. Put in some tees to run another line around the backside of the pond. We're getting ready to plant some bananas and stuff over there, so I want some extra lines. Always the moment of truth here for the first test, so turn the water on way up here by the well and then run down and see what's leaking down below. Hopefully nothing. Oh, hissy, hissy, drippy, drippy. Yeah, you never get this right on the first shot, at least I don't. Yeah. Holy hell, I gotta shut the water off. All right, you. Debris out of here. Yeah, you over tighten these things and they friggin' strip. Get it all out of there. Yep, that wasn't all seated. I'm trying to clamp these things without taking them all apart, but it seems like the hoses do not seat all the way unless I do. And I'm gonna make sure threads on that collar are lined up exactly, and even then it's still questionable as to whether it's right until you pass the point of no return. So let's do this one. I'm curious. Oh yeah, I had tons more to move. At least that is clear evidence of the problem. Hopefully that's the only problem. Dreaded feeling of tight, tight, tight. Oh, super loose. If you ever wrenched on a car, you know how crushing that feeling can be. It turns a 5-minute task into a 3-day event. You know what I'm saying? All right, back on at the source. Gingerly. Get back down, check it out. See if we can let some of the air out. Whoa, I guess we did. Fire in the hole. What's going on down here? You've been down here all day, working in the hot sun.
It's not all day.
Some special bananas?
Yeah, special banana.
Okay.
Good one.
Okay.
Want to eat?
And they'll live in this crap clay?
Yeah. Put some cow manure in the bottom.
You did on this one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
With each one.
Nice. Yeah, I noticed you got some holes dug over here with some manure and stuff.
Yeah.
Same deal here? Okay.
Put some cow manure
All right, well I got water down here, but I don't have all the hoses run yet, so we're gonna have to fill up some buckets here and then water them by hand. Some water. Huge help. Huge help. Thank you, Long. All right, 2 days of carrying buckets of water from my outlet to the banana trees. I've had enough. Got some HDPE pipe here, some smaller diameter stuff that I'm gonna tee and connect into the larger diameter stuff, and then see if we can get some water running to these trees so I don't have to schlep buckets anymore. All right, I was told the trick is to tie this off to something and then spool it out instead of wrestling with it like a moron like I did the other stuff. So let's do that. Got to tie it off to a length of thicker pipe. If that's enough or not, but we're about to find out. Is this actually working? I think it is. It isn't pretty, but neither was last time. I think this looks better than that. On this corner, it will. Yes. Nice. Okay, probably having like 2 people and like a piece of bamboo or something to act like an axle and just wheel this right out. Probably the way to go, but it's working. Uh-oh, become entangulated. Uh-oh, now we've done it. Now we've done it. Rigged it up. Oh, how did that happen? Well, it started easy, but that has ended here. I'm gonna have to fight to get it the rest of the way. We were getting along so well. What happened? This thing. Where did you come from? It's so twisted. What does this do? Good or bad? How in the hell? Ow, fuck. Oh my god. Seriously? That's good enough for you to go again. Nice. Ooh, a little fetched up. All right, total loop, complete loop. All right, running out of daylight, so I'm just about finished up for the night here. I've got my tee installed in the big line here. I've got my stub ready to go, and then I've got the, was it 20 millimeter HDPE pipe run all the way around the perimeter of the pond. We only have banana trees kind of over here and here, but I ran a line around the whole thing with plans to plant more stuff. So almost ready to connect. I've got most of the pieces. I've got to get one little length of, I think, 1.5 inch PVC to make the connection between the stub and the HDPE, and then start poking holes in that and installing the little sprinkler head things at each banana plant. So almost ready to go. Okay, one step closer to the automated watering of bananas. Got my manifold here. It's kind of as an afterthought, threw a spigot on there. I probably should have done an elbow or something a little better, but this is what we got for now. And I'm gonna try and tie this into my 50, I think it's 50 millimeter line here. Let's go. Shit, get in there. It's the wrong size thing. I don't think so. Maybe it is. Does it say on here? 50? No, we're good. Maybe this thing's so hot it just expanded its pipe. But that's what it is. Which is gonna make this impossible if I can't figure this out here. We'll wait till this evening when it cools down and throw some water on it or something. Good thing it's not 112 degrees out. All right, here's a setup I have no confidence in. Let's see what happens. Cool, those clamps that fail immediately. Standard. All right, so let's turn this valve on and test this manifold contraption. Spigot on, bleed some of the air out. All right, we got some leakage over here. I don't know if I've used one of these style fittings yet without it. I don't know if I've used any fitting without it leaking, but this one, batting 1,000 on the leakage. I do have it taped, and it still leaks. Nope. Maybe that's just the way it's going to be. I mean, these irrigation lines are only on when they're on. The idea is to not have it leak, but if it drips only while I'm irrigating, I could probably live with that. Let's tighten it. Let's make it worse. Over tighten it. Nice job. All right. Well, the rest of it appears to be holding. All right. Well, I'll take that. All right. So to water the bananas, I got a couple of these little sprinkler head things. Stick them in the ground, and this hose pokes into my HDPE pipe. I've got this little impaler rig to punch holes. So when I tried this in the kitchen, I blew through both sides of the pipe. So I got to be really careful to not do that here and only punch a hole in one side of the pipe, or I'm going to have an extra hole. So here it goes. Did it go through? I think it did. What the hell is that thing? Oh, it didn't go all the way through. There we go. And then this, I don't know if that stays in there or comes out. I'm gonna leave it in there on one and take it out on another, see what happens. Poke that in there, and it must come out, because if not, that's gonna kink. I'm gonna leave it in there for now anyway. All right. All right, so I got a couple of these little sprinkler head things in, and let's test them out. See if they actually work. All right, get some pressure. Now we're gonna let some pressure into the lines here. And watch them work. Or just shoot off like bottle rockets. Or totally fail. Come on, guys. Oh, get some action. Now, I'm not sure exactly what I'm looking for here. Oh. All right, well that is water in a much larger spray pattern than I need. But I think that's kind of cool. All right, yeah, these things are awesome. I am definitely digging this setup for sure. This has become a total piece of cake. That goes in. Definitely leave the hose in the little bracket there. Keeps the hose from flying off and shooting water all over the place where you don't want it to go. And then this, I'm gonna have to mess with the height adjustment on this. I think these things will throw water far enough that they will cover this grass over here that I've got going. I forget what that stuff is. That's what Pinky's father brought over. And then my vetiver grass here, which I have separate lines for that vetiver grass and then a line for this here, just that drip tape stuff. But I think these sprinkler heads might chuck water far enough in every direction that I can get rid of these tapes, which would be amazing. So, because now I only have to come down, turn on one valve, let the water rip, and I'm good. So I don't know, we'll see. I might be getting ahead of myself here, but so far I'm really liking these little things. Simple as that. All right, we are up and running here, and I am absolutely psyched that this works. So I had to stop filming this afternoon. It was so hot that every camera I owned was just shutting off in the heat. But these little sprinkler rigs are pretty slick, super easy to install, and exponentially easier than schlepping buckets of water around. Got 15 of these things humming away, and I'm still experimenting with the water pressure and the height of these things. I think I can set them high enough in the ground and turn the water pressure up enough that not only will they water the bananas, they'll also blast out and water the grass and whatever else we have planted on either side of this little berm, which is cool. Right now I've got drip tape run here on that side and drip tape run here on that side for that vetiver grass, but these things may take care of all of that, and I think they're going to be a lot more durable than that drip tape stuff. So we're planting this stuff tonight. I forget what it is. It's the stuff that Dad brought back in the trailer of the Tac Tac a couple episodes ago. And he had cut this down and came around and planted it. But it was 3 or 4, maybe 5 days before I was able to get water run down here. So whatever he planted, I think has died. I've been watering it now for a week or two and just really no activity. So got a second batch here that we've been soaking, or Pinky's really been doing it, soaking in water for the past few days. And you can see they're already got some growth. So we're coming down and just kind of doubling up. You can see where the dead ones are here. Get a live one there, and just kind of doubling up and planting these now that we've got water run down here and can hydrate them on the regular.